Hello, my name is Dr. Denny and welcome back to the Antalgic-Trak training series. For our next demonstration, we're going to transition the machine from lumbar therapy to cervical therapy and demonstrate the articulation features of the unit.
As we saw in another video, there's the patient for lumbar using this cushioned headpiece, which we're going to now switch into the cervical headpiece. First thing we do is we kind of remove these thoracic strap hangers. We get them out of the way. These are the scapula pads which we move out of the way. And then we take off our headpiece and put in the cervical decompression headpiece with the smaller side on the bottom and the higher notched out side on the top. But then we want to lower the headpiece fully, because the decompression for the cervical spine starts with the headpiece in the lower position and then raises up to decompress the spine. And now we can review the articulating features of the Antalgic-Trak.
So let's start with cervical rotation. Each section, of course, has a handle and a locking pin. So it's important to remember that when a section is moved and locked into a position, that once it's returned to neutral, that the locking pin is put into place. So for cervical rotation, we release the knob, we pull the pin, and as you can see, we have a great degree of mobility here in cervical rotation. And as with the lumbar section of the machine, we can lock in any position to specifically posture place a patient in order to better target the areas of the cervical spine that are having a problem. I'll return this to neutral and I'll lock it. Cervical flexion extension is done much in the same way. We release the knob, we release the pin, and again we can move this into any position that we see fit in order to better treat the patient. Here I have it somewhat in extension, and again, different combinations of these movements and positions are limitless, and we can do pretty much anything we need in order to better treat the patient's problem. And we have lateral flexion or bending. The control is beneath the unit over here, and in this case we can laterally flex the spine to the left or right, or again lock them into a specific position and initiate treatment in that posture. We return this to neutral and we lock the pin. The last movement that we have on the cervical headpiece is cervical translation, and this is used for either patient comfort or positioning the patient in the ideal posture in order to perform the cervical decompression.